Does everybody have a handout that says table of contents at the top? All right, does anybody need a handout that says table of contents at the top? Okay, we are going to set up our sketchbook today. So I'm going to do this with you. I have a fresh sketchbook for myself that I'm filming myself doing this, and for the kids over at Cy Park and for future generations of how to set up a sketchbook for art history. All right, so you are still numbering your pages all the way to 200, and I'll demo that for the camera in just a second. All right, so in the lower outside corners of my sketchbook, I've written the number 1, and then I've written the number 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does anybody need help? Does anybody need me to demo it again? Okay, everybody stop for a second, look up at the screen. On page 100, I want you to write your name at the top. Don't forget to do that by Tuesday. Okay, and I'm going to give one more instruction. So everybody, eyes up on the screen. Beginning with page 11, we are going to make a header at the top. So a horizontal line, maybe 1 inch from the top. And we're going to do that on every page. And then I think after a while I can Okay, everybody, watch carefully. I want you to be looking down at your book. So look down at the top of it, and here's the spiral on your left. And I want you to put 2 fingers right there. And basically it's about 2 inches in. I want you to draw a line like that. And then we're going to put the book on its spine, and 2 inches. I'm going to draw a line like that. Okay, listen up closely. On page 1, you are going to put a book plate on. All right, you're going to glue up. I do need the hover cam. All right, so this is a student's previous sketchbook. On the first page, she glued in her book plate, and here's another student. He glued in his book plate. A book plate is the name of the person who owns the book, and it's usually done in an artistic way. So these are interesting little illustrations. And so if you Google, right, let's go to Google, and you type in book plate, and you go to images. It'll show you images of book plates. And I want you to find a book plate, and you are going to print it out and glue it on page 1 and write your name in there. So here's a space for the name right there, and you're going to write your name. So this is what she did right here. Her name is down here. She printed it, so she printed her name instead of wrote it with a pen or a pencil. You can do that, or you can write it with a pen or a pencil. Most book plates will say ex libris. Anybody taking Latin, you know what ex libris means? It means from the library of. So basically you're saying that this book belongs to, and then it has your name. And so there's all kinds of different book plates. And if there's any kind of hobby that you like, let's say you like I like spaceships. So book plate spaceship, and it might, it's finding boats as ships. Let's see. All right. How about book plate rocket? There's a guy hanging out on the moon. All right. I like that one. Oh, that's a good one right there. All right. Rocket coming out of the book. All right. And so another one I might do would be book plate octopus. And there's all kinds of book plates, ex libris. And if it has somebody else's name in there, you can white it out when you print it, or you can use the amazing powers of Photoshop or some other editing software and print it without the name. That one's rather cool right there. All right, Alia, it matches your shirt. There's lots of book plates that have skulls in it. That's KU. Book plate skull. And you can print one of those if it'll come up. Or a book plate raven or crow. All right. So there's all kinds of cool imagery in these book plates that you can look up. So find one that works for you. If you are in band or orchestra, So BOOKPLATE music. And you will find book plates that are music oriented. Got it? All right, that's due for Tuesday. So find a book plate that works for you. Glue it in your book by Tuesday. Okay, we are close to the bell ringing, so let's throw away our trash. And I'm going to put glue on the back of it. Now, when you guys were in elementary school and middle school and maybe even in high school, when you glue things, did they get all warpy and like crinkly? All right, do you know why that is? Somebody's nodding his head yes. Why was that? Why did they get all warpy and crinkly? Too much glue, that's right. So you're just going to use a little bit of glue. I'm going to make a little dot of glue, and then I'm going to use the orange tip to kind of rub it around. And so I'm putting hardly any pressure on this glue bottle, and I'm putting hardly any glue on this. And I know the camera, it's a white glue on a white background, and you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm putting hardly any pressure at all. And where I do see where it's a little bit thick and a little bit too much, I'm just using the orange tip to just kind of rub it around. All right. I want hardly any glue at all. The page that says table of contents at the top is going to get glued on page 2. Make sure that you are up to page 20 in numbering your pages. All of this will be due, your whole sketchbook, like setting up your sketchbook will be due on Tuesday when we come back from Labor Day. I will continue numbering, but this will get me started. On page 2, you are going to cut out the extra paper on the page that saes table of contents. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this piece of paper so it's smaller. And I'm going to turn it over. The page that says table of contents at the top is going to get glued on page 2. And that goes down to chapter 7, Roman. The page that starts chapter 8 will go on page 3. The page that starts chapter 18 will go on page 4. The page that starts chapter 26 will go on page 5. And the page that starts chapter 31 will go on page 6. So pages 2 through 6 will get this table of contents into your book. Is this yours? You put yours in? Okay. You hand me your scissors, please. right, so let me show you. This is a student from last year. All right, and when you open up hers, I'll discuss page 1 later, but pages 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 should look like this. Got it? All right. By the way, I will be giving you instructions today that you won't be able to finish today. You're going to finish all this by Tuesday. If you haven't numbered all of your pages, I want you to rather have you glue the table of contents in rather than finish numbering all the pages. And I also want to point out that this student from last year has numbered all of her pages. Some students filled up the entire sketchbook. Some students did not. Okay, now I want you to take your 18 by 24 inch piece of paper. And you're going to measure down 3 1/4 inches from the top and mark it. So I made my mark right here. And you're going to measure 3 1/4 inches from the top and mark it, and 3 1/4 inches from the top and mark it. And I drew a line. You're going to do the same thing on the top and the bottom, 3 1/4 inches. Mark it. You can throw it away. How are we doing on time? And after you make those lines, you are going to draw a line across it all, and you're going to fold it on that line, on the top and the bottom. Do you want me to demo that again? You guys got it? You fold it on the line? I'm used to teaching Art 1, so I often have to demo lots of times. On the outsides, we're going to measure in slightly less than 2 1/4. So it's like 2 1/8. It's 2 1/8, or if you have trouble finding 2 1/8, just slightly less than 2 1/4. And you'll measure those in, draw a line. And we're going to fold those inside like this. And then everybody, if you would stop what you're doing and look up at the screen, what we're doing is we're making a book cover. So I'm going to take the cover of my book and slip it into here and here. And I'm going to do the same thing with my back cover. I'm going to slip it into here and here. So that when I close it, come on, cooperate. So that when I close it, I've made a book cover. And this is a grand experiment for this year. I am hoping that we'll stop this from happening, all right? That art history students are really rough on sketchbooks because you guys put it in your backpacks and you're walking around with your backpacks all day, and that little bit of movement of it with all the other stuff in your backpacks causes it to lose its covers or severely damage the covers. So I'm hoping that this will work. All right, now when you open it and close it, this might be a problem, that the original cover gets kind of stuck, so you just kind of tap it and it goes right into place. All right, I'm hoping that that will solve that solution or solve that problem. Yes, ma'am. I will post it there, yes. Yeah, you can leave it up there.